Okay, today we're going to be talking about Leicester versus Southampton, the upcoming game this week at St Mary's. Now, I just want to quickly say that this is pre-recorded before the Grimsby game, as I'm not going to be here for the next few days, so I won't be able to do a watch-along for the Grimsby game. And obviously, it's easier for me to record this before, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to upload it the normal date. So, just saying that, so whatever happens with Grimsby or whatever issues happen Grimsby or after Grimsby, this video is going to have none of that, so just thought I'd let you know. But going into this game, obviously the win against Chelsea was a massive high. We're like, oh shit, maybe we can. And then Leeds is back to reality. Keeps us grounded. It's nice to be a Saints fan. There's no fairy tale endings ever. So we're 4 points adrift with 14 games left. Obviously, it's not an impossible job. It's not like we can't do it. It's more the fact that we don't really know how to win games. I think that's pretty as simple as you can get. We don't know how to win. We don't know how to attack. We don't know how to create. We clearly don't know how to defend. And whether that's like, obviously there's individual errors, but also structural issues, personnel issues, like players that shouldn't be playing, players that should be playing. And those sort of individual errors like Bednarak does every week. Elanusi provides nothing going forward. He's just a liability. So it's sort of like those sort of things we need to fix for this game. I feel like the starting 11 is pretty obvious. I've never understood how we've never really played the starting 11. It's fairly obvious. Bazunu, Walker-Peters, Salazu, Bella-Kotchap, or Kaltakar. I'm not upset about any of those three, right? No, just no Bednarak, please. Perot left back, Lavia defensive mid, Alcaraz, Ward-Prowse, the two centre mids, or whatever the fuck, Cam for Ward-Prowse, whatever. Sulemana, obviously big Paul up front. And then I would say, personal preference would be a Dozy, but if it's like a Stuart Armstrong or whatever, I'm not upset about that. But anyone but Theo Walcott or fucking Elanusi or fucking Diallo or Bednarak or any of them, Maitland-Niles included. I mean, he had a great game against Chelsea, but at the end of the day, he's just not consistent enough. And I mean, Walker-Peters is by far better than him. So if we can just put out that 11, I think we have instantly a better chance. And then when it comes to Leicester, obviously their players are much better than us. That's pretty obvious. Tielemans, James Maddison, Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, all these guys are levels above our players, right? So in terms of that, yes, they're not having their greatest season. They're a little bit leaky in defence. They've actually, believe it or not, conceded more goals than us. But the thing is, they've scored double our goals, or close, roughly. It's close, right? And that pretty much sums it up. Leicester, they have a leaky defence, but they can fucking destroy teams. They can put 4 or 5 past someone. And we're just a leaky defence that can't attack, which means we're just shit, really. I mean, we don't provide anything. The Leeds game was a prime example of that. I mean, if a Leicester fan watched the Leeds game, he'd be thinking, this is a Prem team. Because it's a massive 6-pointer and they just don't provide anything. It wasn't a game. It wasn't a contest. It was just a matter of time before Leeds took the lead and won. So coming into this game, I mean, I predicted a win last week, and I look like a fuckwit, don't I? So when it comes to predictions this week, the hope's gone. I mean, it lasted a good day. The optimism was there. It was the blind bias optimism and hope that it sometimes gives you in football. But yeah, for this prediction, I'm not expecting us to win. I don't know our record against Leicester. I don't think it's very good at home. I know we beat them earlier in the season, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't see our defence dealing with the players like Tielemans, Maddison, Harvey Barnes, fucking all these guys. I just don't see us dealing with them. We had a hard enough time against Leeds dealing with, Bamford and what's his name, Aronson and Gnonto. Like, all of them, it's our defence is just shit, man. Honestly, it's just awfully bad. And it's obviously, as I say, a mixture of individuals, mixture of structure and understanding. But sometimes you just can't get the basics right, man. We just can't get the actual basics right. Schoolboy stuff. For example, I'll bring this up. Bednarak standing like a pole. Every time you're a defender and a shot is close to you, you go to block it. It's as simple as that. It's just it should be an instinct. It should be the first thing that happens when you're defending. And we just don't have that first instinct, that first basic understanding. It's just stupid. So predictions for this game, I'll go 3-0. Honestly, I don't see us scoring unless Ward-Prowse gets a free kick. That is literally how fucking low we've sunk. Normally it was like, Ward-Prowse, he'd even scored an open play goal. We can't even do that now. No one can do that. Oh my God. And we thought like getting a striker and stuff would fix it, but at the end of the day, it's systematic. Systematic formation, style of play, philosophy. We don't have any of it. We don't have any style of play at all. When we're coming forward, who knows what we're going to do? We really don't have a clue. I know, as us watching, we don't have a clue, and neither do the players. It's pretty obvious. But I mean, Sales, I was a little bit surprised they gave him the job just after one result, because obviously, it could have easily been a Nathan Jones leaving bounce. But I mean, he's got the job for this season, so we have to back him. I mean, he's a likable guy, which is already a W over Jones, but at the end of the day, you can be as likable as you want, but it's results that matter. And we are very, very, very likely to be relegated. As much as I have never thought we would before, this season has really shown that we can. Because it just feels like no matter who's in charge or no matter how many games we've played, we don't seem to develop. We don't seem to change anything. It just seems to be the same sort of shit every week, same lineup and shit performance. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 Leicester. The optimism has definitely died down a bit. Obviously, when it comes to the Grimsby game, I don't know what's going to happen with that, whether we rotate very, very, very hard or try and use it as some sort of push confidence boost for some of the players, get out there, get a win, and then obviously play against Leicester. But I would presume that we'd play a young fringe player team, because, I mean, if you're going to be playing like the likes of Lavia and whatnot against Grimsby and then have to play them 3 days later against Leicester, I mean, that's an issue, right? That's exactly what Nathan Jones did with the Blackpool game. He was playing players that would start, Perot, Lavia, and it's just like, what are you doing? So that's that for this video. I'm not feeling very confident, and I'm expecting us to get battered, but don't worry. I know I can't do a watch long for Grimsby and stuff like that, but I will be doing obviously a watch long for the Leicester game. I won't have this set up. I won't have the green screen or anything like that, but it's still a watch along, right? But like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll put a community post for the predictions. You can put down what you think will happen. But yeah, like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.